In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Smythson A5 Featherweight Wire-Bound Refill Notebook. I'll go over the specs, I will do a paper test, and I'll tell you what I like and don't like about this notebook coming up. Blake here with Blake's Broadcast. On this channel, I review fountain pens, paper, and ink, and as always, I put links in the show notes in the description below. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps out my channel. All right, let's get on with the review. Here we have the Smythson Spiral Bound Refill, and there are, I believe, a couple of sizes. This is the A4 size, or A5 size. I believe there's an A4, and there might be a smaller one. And you can choose between silver, foil, and rings and gold. So those are the sort of two options with this. They're all lined. There's no blank. There's no dot grid. And as the name suggests, this is designed as a refill that's supposed to go into like a leather folio or jacket type of thing. It's $52. You get 75 sheets of 85 GSM Smythson Featherweight paper. This is significantly thicker than this typical Panama Smythson paper, which is actually 52 GSM. So this is a thicker version of that paper. In terms of the design, we do have these sharp corners, which is good for putting in a cover. Not so great for just carrying around because it is easy to bump them, as I did there. I believe I paid £35 for this. I bought this at their store in Bond Street on London, but the price if you were to buy this on their website in US dollars, $52. So still quite expensive, but a Panama that's this size is like, I don't know, $300, something like that. So if you wanted to try this paper, this would be a good way to do it kind of in a notebook format without spending too much money. Now we do have this thick laid cover here. It's a card. I actually believe this is one of their papers. I can't remember what it's called, Marston Blue Mill or something like that. They actually, I think, make stationery in this paper in a lighter weight, but it's very nice. And again, we have Smythson. It's actually raised, so this is engraved in here. This isn't a foil stamp. This is engraved, which, because Smythson is engravers, they engraved this. So that's, in my opinion, that's very premium. What's not so premium is the spiral binding. It's a single spiral. It's not a twin ring. So when it's in a cover, it shouldn't be a problem. But, you know, using this loose, it would be pretty easy to, I think, mess these up. Now, opening it up, you can just see this page style here. We do have sort of a margin line here in darker solid color. And then these are actually dotted. I don't know if it'll show on the camera. Dotted lines here. And we can see Smythson. And then we have a place probably for the date there. And it is perforated. It's not a micro perforation, but it's pretty nice. And again, this is a watermarked paper. It's a very cool looking watermarked paper. And again, gilt edges. But that's pretty much it. Let's go to the writing sample here. And the blue is, this is my main negative on this. The paper is very fountain pen friendly. It's very nice to write on, but it's blue. So if you like certain colors, whatever, you're going to have to compete with the blue background that they're going on. So in terms of performance here, I actually see no issues except for that high-tech point 1.0 millimeter. I see feathering on that, and maybe actually a touch on the 1.5 millimeter Pilot Parallel. Otherwise, everything else looks quite good, even the Troublemaker pens. Then if we go to the back page, we do actually see that Pilot Parallel, the 1.5, for whatever reason came through. The 6.0 didn't seem to have a problem. And then we do see that Pilot Parallel pen trying to come through, but it doesn't really, like, you'd be able to write on both sides of this, no problem with that Pilot Parallel pen. Troublemaker, the permanent Lumo color from Stettler, and the oil drawing pen barely coming through. Same with the Sharpie, and the Copic Sketch did come through a little bit. So paper performance is very good. You know, it's not as impressive as the 52 GSM just because this is so much lighter, but you know, you do get less ghosting, really no ghosting actually. So very good. If you want to try featherweight paper, this could be a good way to do it for a pretty reasonable price. In terms of the ruling, I forgot to mention that, a 7mm ruling, which is sort of the standard that I at least like. So, and they didn't make anything too dark on here. I mean, this line is dark and these are dark, but the main ruling is pretty light, and they did that micro dot, so it looks really not too heavy. So very good job with the design of this. I really like this notebook. So what are my pros and cons for the Smythson A5 Spiral Featherweight Refill? Well, the biggest pro is that featherweight paper. It is a very pretty watermark paper that has excellent performance with really all types of pens. You can pretty much use anything you want on this with maybe the exception of the oil, or not the oil, the alcohol markers. It has really nice performance, and in this heavier 85 GSM size, you get really no ghosting. So it's really impressive. It has a very, the signature Smythson blue here. You can have it with gold or silver gilt edging and debossing here and the rings. It's a very classy package. I really like that. I like the laid cover here. They did a great job with the layout of this refill. The pages are all perforated. They did a 7mm ruling. That's a light micro dot ruling. It's really, really nice. And I would say, even though it is expensive, it's $52. This is one of the cheapest ways to get to try Smythson's famous patented featherweight paper. So really like that. Now, in terms of cons, well, it's designed to be a refill, so you have these pointy, sharp points here. So if you don't use it in a refill, it's easy to bump these, as I've kind of done on the bottom here. So putting this in and out of a bag, not ideal. Also, it's not a twin ring like the Papermind Cosmo Airlight notebooks. So it's just a little bit less durable outside of a jacket, which is really not how it's intended to be used. So I don't like that. The other thing is, with featherweight paper, you have to write it's blue. There's really nothing else to say. It's blue. You either are going to like that or you're not going to like that. I think the novelty of blue paper wears off after about the first page, but you might like that. You want to show off ink, you're going to have to take in the blue into account here. But that's pretty much it. Do you guys have this notebook? Do you like this notebook? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more fountain pen, paper, and ink videos, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much, and until next time.